Look, fam, you already know that I'm not a doom and gloom, the end is nigh type of guy. I'm from California. I'm too chill under most situations, even when I'm not supposed to be. However, in real estate right now, there's a lot of red flags that we should be at least looking into because they are concerning. Now, if you think this is the real estate apocalypse or not, just know that there's always a smart way to play real estate under any circumstance. Today, I'm going to talk about what's going on, why is it going on, and how you can still scope out real estate deals. Sit back. This is story time. It's going to feel like a 4:30 a.m. swim in a freezing cold lake. Let's do it. Welcome back. My name is AlexBeltran, and I'm a real estate junkie. And I got my real estate license back in 2011, and I started working the luxury real estate market in Beverly Hills 90210. Granted, I had a lot of growing pains, but it's something that I still did. Now, if you're a normal human being getting your real estate license from like a local realtor or the news, I'm pretty sure they're saying freak out. Spoiler alert, they're not always wrong, but they're not always correct either. Let's unpack this mess and find the gold, shall we? Right now, the latest headlines are the market is slowing down. And yeah, in some places it is. And a lot of people want to know why. Well, first thing you have to know is that money costs money. Interest rates right now are hovering between 4.25 to about 4.5, but that's the bank's VIP price, right? That's not for us mere mortals. And banks only listen to one radio station, WIIFM. What is in it for me, right? They don't sell you mortgage rates, credit cards, or anything at cost. No. They sell you a mortgage rate with a 7% interest rate on it. That 7% interest rate that we have right now is a far cry from the anywhere between 2 to 4% interest rate that people were locking up in 2020 when we had that 2-week shutdown that felt like 3 years. Thanks, big government, for that time warp. All right, now picture this. Exact same house. 2021, 3.5% interest rate versus 2025, 7% interest rate. Same house, double the price. Add skyrocketing insurance, not to mention some states are already barely insurable. And taxes climbing like it's chutes and ladders. In California, houses burnt to ash. Homeowners are still getting letters in the mail saying that their property has assessed more in value, therefore more taxes are going to be levied against them. You mean the house that's burnt down is worth more than what it was before? In Arizona, I've got insider tea of one of the largest insurance companies in the nation is getting ready to send out letters to their customers saying that their insurance rates are going to jump up by 50%. Go on ahead, bookmark this video right now. I'm saying this on July 2nd as of the time of this recording. People in Arizona are going to get a letter saying that their insurance is going to jump up by 50%. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a trifecta. High mortgage payments, rising insurance rates, and taxes. This is why both buyers and sellers are sitting out. Sellers are handcuffed by golden handcuffs, and buyers are trying to dodge remorse like it's a bad Tinder date. However, that's still not good enough for most people, right? People still want answers, and when people want answers from the people that are in charge, they give the most simplistic answer, or in other words, they lie. Well, let me introduce you to the biggest lie in all of real estate. Housing shortage is an absolute myth. Yes, I said it. Now, I know that right now, you're probably Googling or ChatGPTing any bit of information to dunk on me. I get that. All I'm going to say is your source is probably the National Association of Realtors, who has a vested interest in keeping up that lie. Most studies say that we're anywhere between 4 to 7 million houses short of where we need to be. Go on ahead and repeat that number one more time. 4 to 7 million houses short? That number, in and of itself, that discrepancy doesn't throw up red flags? That's a pretty wide berth, guys. Saying you need between 4 to 7 million houses nationwide is like saying you need 4 to 7 million slices of pizza to feed the entire country. Either you're rationing crumbs at a sad pizza party, or you are flooding the market with way more pepperoni than anyone can eat. And look, I know I'm making a little bit of light of this situation, but look around, seriously, honestly. If we are short on housing, where is everybody living? Sure, yeah, some people are renting properties that they don't want to be in, or they wish they had a better situation. That's not a housing shortage. That's life. And I'm sure the next stat you're gonna throw at me is that anywhere between 30 to 50% of people's annual income goes into their rent or mortgage. Again, that is not a housing shortage. That is a home affordability issue. That is an income issue. Hell, that's even a financial literacy issue. But it's not housing shortage. The housing shortage is just a convenient scapegoat. It is the most brilliant marketing and sales tactic I think I've ever seen. Because how can you argue against it? Even you watching this video think I'm crazy because I don't think that there's a housing shortage. The truth is the National Association of Realtors is the one that pushes this narrative. And the cool thing about them is that they have like this huge association of like realtors nationwide that repeat that same narrative, like little kids who say that Santa Claus is real and swear up and down that they saw Santa Claus kiss their mom underneath the mistletoe and all that stuff. Realtors aren't lying to you, they believe what they're saying, but if there's such a housing shortage, why is it that all the major developers are halting production? Florida, Las Vegas, Arizona, Omaha, Nebraska, Kansas City? This can't be a coincidence, can it? Brand new homes are sitting. There are no buyers, even here in Omaha, Nebraska, which I think is a very strong market. New home constructions are stalling. Real estate agents who were slinging new construction like there was no tomorrow are panicking right now. And new construction just floods the market and competes with everything else in the market. And look, before you get all righteous and you throw all these other numbers at me, yes, there are exceptions to the rule. Yes, there are places where you can't build anymore because it's literally impossible to do so. Like anywhere that is an oceanfront property or some type of island, I get it. But for real America, for us real folks, yeah, that's not the case. D.R. Horton and countless other builders are beginning to halt all productions. Rents are also beginning to fall. People are staying put. And look, I get it, there's a lot more things to go into when it comes into the world of real estate. This video would be 6 years long if I went into every single little topic. All you have to know is that housing shortage is marketing and a myth. That's it. I already said I'm not the end is nigh type of guy. That's not how I roll. That's not what this video is about. If you want doom and gloom, go to that bald guy from Florida. The truth is there's always a deal to be had regardless of what's going on in the market. Don't take it from me, take it from the top investors in the world. The Warren Buffetts, the Charlie Mungers, the Dalios, you name it. Granted, okay, they're on the stock market side, but the principle is still the same. It's a matter of knowing your options. Maybe you have to take a personal deep dive. I don't know. I don't know your personal situation. I don't know if you're first year of college or fourth year of college, or you're the world's biggest real estate investor or the world's smallest real estate. I have no clue. I don't know where you're at in your life. All I will know is that knowing more options than just the traditional way of buying real estate is worth looking into. All right, look, here's the tea. Foreclosures are making a little bit of a comeback. It's not a tsunami, but it's enough to notice. I've been monitoring a lot of foreclosure properties, and I've been noticing that once properties are about to hit the auction, next thing you know, everything is paid back, the arrears are all caught up, they're in good standing. However, the debt is under the old owner's name, but the property is now under a new owner's name. What gives? And once you take that little dive into that kiddie pool of asking that one question, what's going on here? You realize, oh, it's investors that are purchasing these properties subject to existing loan or even seller financing. Shout out Pace Morby for popularizing this type of real estate deal. Go ahead and go to his channel because he's very good at explaining subject to existing loan and seller financing better than I can ever explain subject to and seller financing. Now, can you smell that? Now, realtors that are watching this video right now are lighting their hair on fire because they hate this form of real estate. Brokerages avoid subject to existing loan like it's the plague, even though it's in our continued education classes, and even though seller financing and subject to are in our contracts. Yeah, go on ahead. It's in there. And look, I can talk this way because I am a realtor as of the time of this recording. This year, I'm not renewing my real estate license. The National Association of Realtors threw every single realtor under the bus with their bullshit lawsuit. I shouldn't be talking this way, but it's true. If you're a realtor right now, I think you got 5 years left before the industry leaves you behind as a whole. And it's all the National Association of Realtors' fault. Just saying. So the people that you're paying are the first to throw you under the bus. Commercial real estate businesses, they're all purchased subject to existing loan or seller financing. This happens all the time at the big boys table. You don't have to believe me. Talk to a business attorney. I'll let you know. The cool thing about all this is that subject to and seller financing isn't just for investors. It's for everyday buyers as well. Granted, like I said, you need to study and look up and make sure that you're doing things correctly. There's a little more due diligence in this form of real estate purchase, but it is for everybody. If you want a reasonable payment that is less than that 7% interest rate that everybody else is getting, subject to and seller financing are pretty much your only ways to do so in this current market situation. Sure, you can go the bank route, get probed financially, eat those high interest rates, and then possibly get approved. So choose your poison wisely. But here's the golden rule when taking advice, whether it's real estate or otherwise. Always do your own due diligence. Know people's biases, whether it's the realtor, the bank, or even myself. Cross-check everything, do your due diligence, get second, third, fourth opinions. Pretend to be dumb. I don't know, go up to somebody and be like, I don't know what's going on. It's how I survived in the Beverly Hills 90210 area, guys. I was flopping really hard. And at first, I would not ask questions. I was too proud. Don't do that. Ask questions. Go to people. What are you doing? How does this work? Blah, 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 blah. You know what questions to ask. Even if you don't know what questions to ask, sometimes people will just sit down and talk to you. Go to your local RIA meetups. Do anything that you can. Read books. There's now the University of YouTube. A lot of the stuff that is on YouTube is far beyond a lot of the great classes that we get inside of real estate. YouTube is better than that. That's crazy. There's no excuse anymore. You have AI, which you can ask it questions and it can lead you down a path. Take those deep dives, whatever the case may be. Do your due diligence. So why am I not scared of the market? Why should you not be afraid of the market? The truth is, the more options you have, the better it is, guys. I remember being 16 to 18 years old and seeing my dad freak out because of what was going on in the real estate market. He was a real estate agent himself. Man, knowing what I know now, I would have been buying up real estate subject to existing loan. I would have been walking into the banks. I would have been going to foreclosure auctions. There would have been recourses. I would have been so much further ahead knowing what I know now. So when I see that, the market's slowing down, X, Y, Z, whatever I'm not freaked out because of it. In the short term, who knows what's gonna happen? Even that bald from Florida might be correct about the short term, right? But I've never heard anyone ever say, man, 10 years ago, I shouldn't have bought real estate. Not once have I heard that statement in my life, and I've been in real estate my entire life. If you have any questions, statements, whatever the case may be, go on ahead and leave them in the comment section down below. I love talking to people, all right? I'll talk about real estate. I'll talk about triathlon. Hell, I'll just talk about life with you. Whatever you want to talk about, go ahead and drop it down below. But that's it. That's all I have for today. I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.